Can you raise your hand? Instagram? TikTok? Hulu? No? We can change that. Just checking. Well, I want to make sure that I know some of my people are here tonight. I am proudly turning 62 this year. That's called milking it. So, yes, I'm a baby boomer, and I have this little test to see how many boomers are in the crowd with me tonight. See if my people are here. I'm going to sing the line of a song, and if you know what comes next, sing it nice and loud. Are you ready? Sweet Caroline. Oh my God, we got old people in the house tonight. Baby boomers all over the place. You know, you're getting old when they add 3 words after every compliment, right? Oh, what a nice outfit for your age. Hey, great time in that 10K there, Mike. For your age. You don't even look that old for your age. I'm looking at my wife down here. So, I have another test for these Zoomers in the crowd. These are the people under 25, okay? Not to be confused with baby boomers that go fast or people that use Zoom. This is Zoomers, it's after the millennials. Anybody here under 25? Okay. Here's the test. I'm going to hurl some advice out there, and if you're under 25, I want you to roll your eyes and say, okay, boomer. You ready? Okay, here it comes. You just don't appreciate the value of good old-fashioned hard work.
Okay, boomer.
Oh, who said it? Oh, come on now, Minda. You're beautiful. But unless you're counting some kind of base 5 kind of math. It was Denise. Oh, my fault. So, anybody under the age of 30 here tonight? 35. Oh, you, sir.
Yeah.
What is your name, sir?
Karthik.
Karthik.
Yeah.
Karthik, will you come up on stage for me for a second? Yeah, come on, give Karthik a round of applause. Come on up. Nice to meet you. Are you related to Kirti?
Yeah, I'm her brother.
Her brother. Oh, isn't that nice? Okay, step on over here, Karthik, if you would. So, I know you have an appreciation for baby boomers, right?
Yeah.
We run the world, you have a lot of respect for us, and you've never said, okay, boomer.
For now, I would say.
For now, okay. Well, I'm going to teach you something you probably missed in your education, because the education system is messed up. You missed learning how to dance in the 70s and the 80s. So I'm going to teach you a couple of dances right now. Are you ready for this?
Yeah.
Oh, he's ready. Okay. Well, I'll tell you what, Karthik. There's a $20 bill in it for you. Okay? Oh, I forgot my wallet. I'm sorry. No. $20 says you can learn these 2 dances very quickly. Are you up for it? Do y'all want to see Karthik learn some dances? I got some saliva on it. Good. So, $20 right there. First thing I'm going to do, this one's from the 70s. All right, step on up here so they can see you. See the camera right there? Yeah, it's going to be on the internet with millions of people watching. So I just want to let you know that. So first we're going to do a dance called the Ring My Bell. Who remembers this? 1978, yeah. Okay, so first you do the hands like this, drop them to your side. And just a little, let me get my mic stand over here. First it's just hands like this. And then like this. And like this. Okay, now get a little more hip into it. Little more hips into it. Yeah. Now we're gonna add a little loop to loop. Ready? Right, left, loop to the right. Right, left, loop to the left. Okay, right, left, okay. You got it?
Yeah.
All right. DJ, drop that beat. Here we go. Wait till she says ring my bell, okay? Hold on. Not yet. And not yet. I like how loose you are. This is good. One more verse. I tell you about throwing the head too. There you go. Say it. Okay. Here we go. Look to the left. Loop to the right. Throw that head back. Let's give it up for Karthik. Come on, give it up for Karthik. All right, nice job, nice job. And not yet. He earned $10. Now you're going to learn something from the 80s.
Okay.
Are you ready? Were you alive in the 80s?
No.
Okay. I'm so depressed. All right, well, there was this show in the 80s called The Fresh Prince of Bel-Air, starring Will Smith before he started slapping people. I'm not going to slap you. This guy, he's already writing comedy over here. Do you see this? Okay. Come on closer. I'm not going to hurt you. Too close. There we go. Okay, so there was a character on the show named Carlton. Who knows Carlton? And there's a dance called the Carlton that he made famous. And we're going to learn the Carlton real quick. Are you ready? All right, here we go. A little more. Face the audience. There we go. And now, this time you're going to throw the arms up a little more like here.
Okay.
And then up. And up to the right.
Right.
And up to the left. Very nice. You got the groove in you, don't you? Okay. All right, so now, when you throw it to the right, we're going to put the legs into it. You go, like, let that body follow. Yeah, get the arms out in front a little more. Yeah, let it follow. Oh, you're looking so graceful. Okay, and now it's step to the right, step to the left,
Okay.
and slop. Okay, go.
From the beginning? Or
Yeah.
just the steps? Okay.
Give me some encouragement, come on. All right, okay, you got it. Oh, you all think this is so funny, don't you? Stand up, everyone. My DJ's gonna drop the beat and you're all gonna do it. Are you ready? Here comes the Carlton. And drop that beat. Not that beat. A little Tom Jones. It's no Not yet. Here it comes. 2, 5, 6, 7.
It's not unusual to be loved by anyone. It's not unusual to have fun with anyone. But when I see you,
Hey! All right! Yes, sir. For Karthik.
it's not unusual.
$20. There you go, sir. Give everyone an applause. Oh, yeah, you're done. Yes, thank you. He's like, hey, can I do a little set? So, in addition to not learning to dance, you missed out on some great politically incorrect commercials in the 70s. I almost hate to trigger you like this, but there was this one particular shame fest called the Armour hot dog commercial. Who remember? Oh yeah, oh yeah. By the way, that last dance I did is the reason why Jane tells me that white people shouldn't dance. So, the Armour hot dog commercial. This is for the benefit of you Zoomers, all three of you. It goes like this. Some of you know that. I want you to sing along with me if you remember the words. Hot dogs, Armour hot dogs. What kind of kids eat Armour hot dogs? Fat kids, skinny kids, kids that climb on rocks. Tough kids, sissy kids, even kids with chicken pox love hot dogs. Armour hot dogs. The dogs kids love to bite. Yay! Nice job. So many things wrong with that. They just got a call from the DEI committee. We're in trouble already. But you'll be glad to know that Armour has re-released the commercial for next year's Super Bowl, right? But it's a little bit different. It goes like this. Hot dogs. Armour hot dogs. What kind of kids eat Armour hot dogs? Just kids. Nobody say. See, nobody's triggered. Nobody's triggered. Okay. All right. You know, every generation has its problems. My father, who's 87 years old, bless his little heart. Yeah, that's a woohoo. He lives in Indiana, and he has a little resistance to technology. Anybody else here have just a little resistance to, yeah? Mark Holtz? Yeah. The opposite of resistance. He's pointing to his mother. Yeah. Well, whenever I go to visit my dad in Indiana, he insists on giving me the directions to his house over the phone. Anybody have a relative like this? It's like, Dave, Dave, you're coming into Indianapolis Airport, right? Okay, you want to take 465 north, so it starts to bend around to the east, then you take 65 north. And you went all the way up to Lebanon, but don't go through Lebanon because there's construction. Instead, you want to take the old 52 bypass. It's where the old Dairy Queen used to sit, and now it's a, oh, what is it? It's not a Cracker Barrel, it's a, yeah, it doesn't matter, but if you go on past Lebanon on the 65, you're going to hit down to one lane. It's going to be god awful long time. You'll never get here on time.
How about this one?
Dad, I love you, but
This one's better.
I've got this GPS technology. I just plug in your address, and it calculates a route based on all the cars moving on all the roads in Indiana and tells me the exact fastest way to get to your house. Pause for a second. Yeah, but there's construction. Just give me a number 2 pencil. Give me the directions. I do love my dad. He is greatest generation, I think you call it. I'm a boomer. He's the next one up. So a lot of respect for that man. And my name, Goad, comes from my father. So a lot of us were named. Our last names came from the tool or occupation of your ancestors. Right? Any of you know this? The origin of your name? Right? So my name, Goad, actually means a sharp stick used to prod sheep. Why is that so funny? It's even funnier when you think about it. A sharp stick used to prod sheep. So naturally, I came from a long line of politicians. Anybody else here have a funny last name that had a really good nickname in junior high that you want to share? Yeah, Mike? What was your last name again?
Narker.
Narker. Anybody have anything? Anybody have anything for the name Narker? I'm going to need another microphone. And back up. No, you back up. Thank you so much. There you go, I'll trade you. And that's even better. So Narker, they probably called you what, like narco, narcolepsy?
Narcolepsy,
Narc. That's a good one. Check 1, 2. Okay, we're super loud now. Okay. Anybody else? George Jurassic, where are you? He had to go. Yeah. Well, his name came from the era he was born in. Some of you joined Toastmasters in the Jurassic period. Where's this Charles Amamiya here? Charles? Yeah, I love Charles' last name, Amamiya, named after an ABBA song. Amamiya, there I go again. My, how can I resist? Okay, you guys can tell Charles that tomorrow. All right, funny names. Let's move on to the first Toastmaster meeting I ever attended. Wasn't it a strange experience? Who remembers their first time? Yes, you always remember your first time. It was a little weird because a friend of mine invited me over, and he said, hey, I'll buy you breakfast. Come on over, it'll be fun. And I walked into this room, and everybody was smiling. Like a creepy kind of smile. Like too much smile for 7 a.m. on a Friday morning. And I figured, well, maybe I'm in an Amway meeting. Or it's a cult. So I go sit in the corner booth, I get out my phone, I look up, what are the characteristics of a cult? Let's see. Charismatic founder, and everybody knows his name. Smedley, check. They let you speak, but not too much. Check. Worldwide organization with levels to achieve. Check. It's very difficult to leave the organization. Anybody here been more than 15 years? I know it! I'm in a cult! And then I know we all try to serve the other members and give good evaluations at our meetings, right? Well, sometimes an evaluation doesn't quite hit the target. There's 2 types that I've seen in my 15 years with Toastmasters. One is the way too nice evaluation. You ever got one of those? Yeah. Mm-hmm. It goes something like this. And now, for speaker number one, we have evaluator number one, Mr. Fred Rogers. Fred? I'm so glad you spoke in our neighborhood today. You're a very special person, and that was a very special speech. I like you very much. In fact, I can't find a single thing to give you to correct on that speech because you are a wonderful you. You're the only you that you are, and I appreciate you. It's you I like. Thank you, Fred. That was helpful. And then you have the other kind of evaluation, which is maybe just a little too analytical. Goes something like this. And now, evaluator number two, for speaker number two, we have Dr. Phil McGraw. Dr. Phil? Well, thank you for speaking on the show today. It's mighty brave of you to do that speech. But I gotta tell you, I've never seen somebody so self-absorbed, borderline narcissistic. Didn't you even realize the audience was here? Maybe it ain't about you. Thank you, Dr. Phil. And then you sometimes get the awe counter that has more awes than you do. Right, Donnie? Okay, it's time to count our filler words. Let's go to our awe counter. Mr. Jimmy Stewart. Jimmy? Sure. I was counting the ums and the ahs, and I also was, looking at the double clutches. And I know I've had probably right here 123, but you had 4. Thank you, Mr. Stewart. And I have another important announcement. This little lady down here, her name is Jane. I met Jane at District 39 conference just like this. Anybody else was there? It was a Friday fun night. It was actually casino night. And I was the MC. And they were looking for someone to do the bingo that night, and Louise Houdelette was the only one who had the balls for it. The bingo balls. Jeez. You're people from Reno. But Louise forgot her balls that night. And so Jane is in the bingo pit writing on the whiteboard numbers that Louise was making up out of her head. And no one was getting a bingo. She said, Louise, I don't think there is an O230. But I just sauntered on over and invented a reason to talk to this beautiful creature. And I said, hey, you. I've got a table topic question for you. She said, bring it. There was a farmer, had a dog, and blank was his name, oh. I don't know, Scrabble. And then she laughed, and I fell in love with her. Aww. And my Toastmasters skills came into play right away. I actually gave her a Toastmasters evaluation on one of our first dates. We rented a kayak to paddle around Lodi Lake, right? And she's up there just moving around, and I noticed the kayak's not really moving forward. And so I said, excuse me, Janie, I appreciate your enthusiasm, but the boat would move faster if you'd actually put your paddle in the water. I believe in you, and I know you can do it. She put the paddle in the water, all right, and splashed the water all up on my face. You saw it coming, didn't you? I was just using the sandwich technique. I'm sorry. Okay. So there are a couple of contest cliches. Anybody here in the contest tomorrow? Just give me a little, all right, all right. Well, there's some cliches that I'm going to recommend you avoid. I was a serial contestant for a long time. I never won the whole thing, but I'm not bitter. But the first time I heard it was, Mr. Contest Chair, fellow Toastmasters, anyone who's ever given up on their dream. Right? That's kind of cool, fun, cute. Until the 13th time I heard it. And every time somebody copied it, they made it weirdly more specific. It's your contest chair, fellow Toastmasters, and anyone who's ever messed with a bull and got the horns. It's your contest chair, fellow Toastmasters, and anyone who's ever put underwear on their head for a briefing. It's your contest chair, fellow Toastmasters, anyone who's ever made whoopee in a 2-seat outhouse in Arkansas. Can we just retire this device, please? Yeah, the contestants over like, oh, let's pressure that out now. Okay. All right, we're almost done. We're going to be announcing the awards in just a little while for the murder mystery, but I've got a couple of things to close with. One is a brand new thing that you may not be aware of, but you know how Toastmasters is trying to stay relevant? Right? He's going to attract. Why is that funny, Vina? She's like, relevant? So, it's a new pathway that you haven't seen yet, but I'm on the sneak preview committee and they told me about it. And so I'm going to share that with you now. This is to attract Zoomers, millennials, basically young people, like Carly. You're my man. No, don't come up on the stage. I was just saying hi. And here it is. The new pathway that attracts young people is called Rap Battle. Have you heard of it? Anybody seen the movie 8 Mile with Eminem? Yeah. Or Drop the Mic with James Corden? You know, two people get on the stage and they hurl rhyming insults at each other, and then the crowd picks the winner.
Yeah. Yes.
Can I get anybody shaking their head yes? Okay. Well, that's why I'm going to educate you, so I'm going to do a little rap battle for you right now. I just wrote this, so I got to go over the notes. I thought, why not a dream matchup? Go back in time with Doc Brown and find two deceased but really popular personalities, two really nice guys. It'd be funny to watch them going up against each other. On this side, PBS painter Bob Ross. You all are cheering for Bob Ross. You know who Bob Ross is, right? Yes. Mr. Chill. And on this side, you already heard his voice once tonight, you're cheering for Mr. Fred Rogers. Let's hear it. I'm going to do both of the voices. I don't have any money to pay Carthy to do it. All right. So it's going to start with Bob Rogers. Oh, one more thing. When you hear the insult, you have to react by saying, "Ew, burn." Okay, let's hear everybody do it once. Ready? Ew, burn. All right, that'll help get all fired up here. All right, here we go. You have to do this in your Toastmasters meeting. It's part of a beatboxing. Let's start with Bob Ross. It's time for a beating, Fred. Prepare to receive. Wake up from your land of make-believe. As a PBS star, you know I'm better. You're just a punk spewing junk in a cardigan sweater. Oh my. Here comes Fred Rogers. Now, Bob, that's not the nicest thing you've said. I think your Caucasian afro might be strangling your head. You're a paint-by-numbers hack. That's all you can be. Don't make me wrap you around a happy little treat. Bob Ross. Fred, you can't win. Just get out of the game. All your stupid puppet voices all sound the same. I'm an artist. People love the life I'm living. You're the creepy uncle no one wants at Thanksgiving. Bob, you're a phony. I can see right through you, and your art is like your weed habit. A little dabble do ya. Yeah, I said it. You're a hippie. Go eat a Scooby snack. Oh, when the 70s called, they want their bell-bottoms back. All right, that's dropping the mic. Who thinks Bob Ross is the winner? How about Fred Rogers? All right, we have a winner. All right, we're ready to wrap things up. Melanie, are you ready to come on? Okay, not yet. I just want to know if you're ready. Thank you. Isn't she an angel? Let's give a round of applause for Melanie. She does so much hard work on this with her committee. I'm going to follow with this because everywhere I go in the world, I was flying on a flight with Kirthi, and I could actually spot her as a Toastmaster. I knew she was a Toastmaster. How can you tell? Well, I have another litmus test. This is how you too can find Toastmasters wherever you go. Kevin's like, I know. And one of my comedy heroes is Jeff Foxworthy. Anybody hear the redneck jokes? Jeff Fox. It's like, if you've ever taken a beer to a job interview, you might be a redneck. If you had to move the transmission so your wife could take a bath, you might be a redneck. Yeah, that guy. So I'm doing an homage to Jeff Foxworthy, but I call it, you might be a Toastmaster. Here we go. If you speak in short bursts of 2 minutes and 30 seconds, you might be a Toastmaster. If you still use words like madam, you might be a Toastmaster. If you clap your hands like this, you might be a Toastmaster. If you think contest judging is totally fair, you might be a Toastmaster. If you think contest judging is totally rigged, you might be a Toastmaster. If you can lie through your teeth with no filler words whatsoever, you might be a politician. If you ever started a speech with "if you ever," you might be a Toastmaster. That was funnier in my head. If you pull up to a red light and assume you still have 30 seconds to drive, you might be a Toastmaster. If you can recite Robert's Rules of Order, you might be Rick Seidel. And if you've ever given your spouse a red card in the bedroom, honey, you're doing fine, but it's time to wrap it up. You might be a Toastmaster. That's my time, and it's time for Melanie to come up afterwards. Keep it going. Let's hear it for our little warm-up, Kirthi, and her little baby warm-up. And Melanie just left the room. Okay, let's go. Oh, there she is. So, ladies and gentlemen, I have a quick announcement. Totally unscripted. We have reached the end of a night that none of us will ever forget. And you are all the lucky ones who have lived to tell the story for generations to come in Hill Valley. But the fact of the matter remains, the killer is still lurking among us. Hoping that the dust that fills the air in this saloon is thick enough to cover their tracks and fog the minds of the only souls who bore witness to crimes. You can't handle it. Oh wait, that's not in here. Was it Bonnie the bartender? Dun, 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 who collected secrets as well as tips behind the bar? Or was it Sheriff Jed Langston? Bum, bum, bum. So sure that the shininess and stature of his badge would blind everyone to his antics. This is very poetic. So let's run through tonight's series of events and let's find out. Put your hands together for Melanie Starr coming up.